How do you stay calm when everything feels chaotic? How do you remain positive when life keeps throwing obstacles in your path? Most people believe these are luxuries reserved for those with easier lives. But Buddhist wisdom reveals something different. Calm and positivity aren't circumstances you wait for. They're practices you develop. The difference between someone who crumbles under stress and someone who stays steady isn't their circumstances. It's their practice. One has built mental habits that support peace. The other hasn't. Today, we explore 10 practices that help you develop lasting calm and positivity, not as temporary fixes, but as the foundation of how you move through life. Asterisk 1. Choose your perspective. Life is neutral. What makes an event good or bad is entirely how you perceive it. This is perhaps the most powerful realization in all of Buddhism. You don't control what happens to you, but you absolutely control how you interpret it. Consider this: two people lose their jobs on the same day. One sees catastrophe, the other sees opportunity. The event is identical. The difference is perspective. Now you might think, but perspective is natural. It just happens. Not quite. Perspective is a choice, and like all choices, it can be trained. A monk once said, "The same rain that ruins a farmer's harvest waters another's crop. The rain is neutral. Its impact depends entirely on circumstance and perspective." This is how life works. The same events affect different people differently, not because of the events themselves, but because of how they're perceived. So the first practice is simple yet profound. Notice the story you're automatically telling about a situation and ask, is this the only story? Could I interpret this differently? When you realize you have choice, you reclaim power. In daily life, this might mean reframing a rejection not as proof of your inadequacy, but as redirection towards something better. It might mean seeing a delay not as wasted time, but as space to rest or reflect. It might mean viewing a difficult person not as an enemy, but as a teacher of patience. Ask yourself, what story am I telling about my current situation? Is it serving me? What other story could I tell? 2. Practice non-judgment. The moment something happens, the mind instantly judges it, good or bad, right or wrong, desirable or undesirable. This judgment triggers an emotional reaction which leads to a behavioral response. Most suffering lives in that judgment. But what if you could observe life without judgment? What if you could simply notice, this is what's happening, without immediately deciding it's good or bad? A monk demonstrated this beautifully. He described a series of events: a fall, an injury, financial loss, separation from family. After each event, the listener would say, "That's terrible," and the monk would reply, "Maybe, maybe not, we'll see." Only later did it become clear how each terrible event led to unexpected blessings. But in the moment, judgment clouded perception. This is the power of non-judgment. It creates space. In that space, you can see more clearly. You can respond more wisely. Without the immediate emotional reaction triggered by judgment, you have access to your full intelligence. In daily life, practice noticing when you're judging. Not to stop it entirely, the mind will judge, but to create a pause. To remember, my judgment is my interpretation, not absolute truth. This pause is where peace lies. 3. Cultivate compassion. Calm and positivity don't come from achieving everything and escaping all difficulties. They come from a deep compassion for yourself, for others, for the human condition itself. When you approach yourself and others with compassion instead of criticism, your nervous system settles. Conflict decreases. Defensiveness fades. Why? Because compassion recognizes that everyone is doing their best with what they know. Everyone is struggling. Everyone deserves kindness. A practice that directly impacts this is loving kindness meditation. You silently extend good wishes to yourself, then to loved ones, then to difficult people, then to all beings. Over time, this practice reshapes how you relate to life. You become kinder, more patient, less reactive. In daily life, this means treating yourself as you'd treat a close friend. When you make a mistake, instead of self-criticism, offer yourself understanding. When someone disappoints you, instead of anger, recognize their struggle. When you face difficulty, instead of bitterness, meet it with a gentle heart. Ask yourself, how would a compassionate person respond to this situation? Then become that person. 4. Accept what you cannot change. Much of our stress comes from fighting against what already is. You can't change the past. You can't control other people. You can't predict the future. Yet you spend energy resisting these facts. The Serenity Prayer captures this perfectly. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. This is the foundation of lasting calm. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up. It means stopping the internal argument against reality. It means recognizing this has happened. This is how it is. Now, what can I do? When you stop wasting energy fighting against what you cannot change, that energy becomes available for what you can influence. Your own thoughts, your own actions, your own perspective. Paradoxically, accepting what you cannot change gives you more power over what you can. In daily life, identify what's beyond your control and consciously release it. The weather, other people's opinions, past events, economic conditions, countless things. When you notice yourself fighting against them, pause, say, "This is beyond my control. I accept it. Now, what can I actually do?" 5. Release attachment to outcomes. Calm disappears the moment you become dependent on a specific outcome. You tie your peace to a result. You grip the outcome tightly, demanding it be a certain way. And in that grip, anxiety is born. This is why detachment is so powerful. It doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you do your best and then release your need for a specific result. You act without demanding that the universe comply with your expectations. A monk once said, "You are responsible for your effort, not for the outcome. Put your full energy into what you do, then let it go." This is the path to calm. You're no longer anxious about whether you'll get the result you want. You're focused on whether you're giving your best effort. In daily life, this means applying yourself fully to your work, relationships, goals, but without making your peace dependent on specific outcomes. You do your best in the job interview, then release the need to get the job. You communicate honestly in a conversation, then release the need for a particular response. You work toward a goal, then release attachment to achieving it exactly as you imagined. This doesn't make you lazy or unmotivated. It makes you focused and effective. Because your energy isn't divided between effort and anxiety. It's entirely in the effort itself. Asterisk 6. Build a daily practice. Calm and positivity don't just happen. They're built through consistent practice. Like physical strength, mental strength requires regular exercise. Without practice, the mind defaults to its old patterns: worry, negativity, reactivity. The practice doesn't need to be elaborate, but it needs to be consistent. It might be meditation, sitting quietly, following your breath, observing your thoughts without judgment. It might be journaling, writing your thoughts and feelings each morning. It might be gratitude practice, listing things you're grateful for. It might be mindful movement, walking, yoga, tai chi. What matters is that you do something that calms your mind and reminds you of your deeper values. When you do this consistently, you're rewiring your brain. You're building new neural pathways that support calm and positivity. A monk once said, "You can't think your way to peace. You must practice your way there. The practice is the path." In daily life, commit to one practice, just one. Start small, 5 or 10 minutes. Do it consistently. You'll begin to notice changes. Your mind becomes quieter. Your reactions soften. Your positivity increases. Ask yourself, what practice would support my calm? What can I commit to doing daily? 7. Shift from why me to what now. When difficulty comes, the mind often asks, why me? What did I do to deserve this? This question keeps you stuck in victim consciousness. It keeps your attention on the past. But what if you shifted the question? Instead of why, ask what? What can I learn from this? What can I do now? What's the next step? This question moves you forward. It puts you back in your power. The difference is subtle but profound. Why me keeps you looking backward, stuck. What now has you looking forward, moving. One is a victim question, the other is a creator question. In daily life, when something difficult happens, catch yourself if you're asking why. Then gently ask, what can I do about this? What's the lesson? How can I respond wisely? These questions activate your agency. They remind you that even in difficult situations, you have choices. 8. Practice gratitude daily. Negativity and positivity cannot coexist. The more you practice noticing what's good, the less space there is for negativity. Gratitude isn't about pretending problems don't exist. It's about training your attention to include the good alongside the difficult. A simple practice: each evening list 3 things you're grateful for, however small. A good meal, a kind word, a moment of peace. This practice isn't about being fake positive. It's about balancing your perception. Most minds default to noticing problems. Gratitude training reminds your mind, good things exist too. Over time, your natural baseline shifts. Instead of your first thought being what's wrong, it becomes what's right. Instead of focusing on what you lack, you notice what you have. This shift in attention dramatically impacts your positivity. In daily life, look for the small goods: the warmth of sun, the taste of tea, the kindness of a glance. These small moments are everywhere. The more you notice them, the more you find. Gratitude opens your eyes to beauty that was always there. 9. Surround yourself wisely. Your environment shapes your mind more than you realize. The people you spend time with, the media you consume, the conversations you engage in, these all influence your inner state. If you surround yourself with people who are anxious, negative, or dramatic, their states will seep into you. If you consume media filled with fear and conflict, your mind will absorb that frequency. But if you intentionally surround yourself with calm, positive, wise people and content, you'll begin to align with those frequencies. This doesn't mean avoiding all difficulty or people who struggle. It means being intentional about your environment. It means reducing exposure to things that drain your peace. It means seeking out people and content that support your growth. In daily life, notice who you spend time with. Do they lift you up or pull you down? What media do you consume? Does it support your peace or undermine it? Make small, conscious choices to shift your environment toward calm and positivity. 10. Remember, this too shall pass. Everything changes. Good times fade. Difficult times end. This is the nature of life. When you remember this deeply, it impacts how you relate to challenges. They're not permanent, they're temporary. This isn't about spiritual bypassing, it's about perspective. The difficulty you're facing right now will eventually pass. You've gotten through every difficulty up to this point. This one is no different. On the other side of it, you'll be okay. A monk once said, "This too shall pass." Hold to these words during difficulty. They're not about denying the difficulty. They're about remembering that nothing is permanent. This perspective alone can sustain you through challenging times. In daily life, when facing difficulty, remind yourself, this is temporary. I have faced and overcome difficulties before. This one is no different. I will get through this. This reminder quiets the urgency, the panic, the sense that this is permanent. It is not. It will pass. The foundation of calm and positivity. These 10 practices aren't about creating a false positive mindset. They're about developing genuine calm, the kind born from understanding life deeply, from accepting what is, from recognizing your power in how you respond, from building mental habits that support peace. Calm and positivity aren't luxuries. They're your natural state when you're not fighting life, when you're not resisting what's happening, when you're practicing daily, when you're aligned with reality instead of arguing against it. Start with one practice, master it, then add another. Over time, these practices become natural. They become how you are. Calm and positive become your baseline, not something you have to work toward. They become the foundation of how you move through life. Remember, your circumstances don't determine your peace. Your practice does, your perspective does, your choices do. You have far more power than you realize. The only question is, will you use it? Calm and positivity aren't destinations you arrive at someday. They're the result of practices you do today, every day. Start now. Choose one practice. Commit to it. Watch how it transforms your life. If this wisdom helped you find more peace, like and share this video with someone who needs to remember their strength. Subscribe to Buddha Inner Journey for more Buddhist teachings on maintaining calm, cultivating positivity, and building the mental habits that support a peaceful, joyful life. Your journey toward lasting peace begins now.